My love, I promise to never leave you for any man.
I am done down with you, Daniel. Don't you ever call this number again.
Daniel held Ella's hand under the old mango tree where they always sat after school. I promise I will love you forever, he said, looking into her eyes. Ella smiled and said, me too, Daniel. Forever and ever. They were only 10 years old, but everyone in the village knew they were meant to be together. Their love was pure and simple, like the clear water from the village well. They shared everything, their food, their dreams, their secrets, and their hearts. Years passed, and their love grew stronger like a tree grows taller. Daniel and Ella did everything together. They walked to school holding hands. They studied under the same mango tree. They laughed at the same jokes and cried at the same sad stories. When Ella's mother was sick, Daniel brought food to her house every day. When Daniel's father lost his job, Ella's family helped them with money for food. The two families became one family because everyone knew Daniel and Ella would marry one day. When Daniel turned 18, he started working as a mechanic in Mr. Tony's garage. His hands got dirty with oil and grease every day, but he didn't mind. He worked hard from morning until night, fixing cars and motorcycles. Every evening, he would wash his hands and go to see Ella. She would be waiting for him with a bright smile that made his heart feel warm. How was work today? She would ask. Hard, but good, he would say. I'm saving money for us, for our future. Ella would hug him tight and say, you're the best man in the world, Daniel. Daniel kept a small metal box under his bed where he saved every bit of money he could. He didn't buy new clothes or shoes for himself. He didn't go out with friends to drink or party. Every coin he earned went into that box. Sometimes, late at night, he would open the box and count the money. He would think about the small house he wanted to build for Ella. He dreamed of their wedding day when she would wear a beautiful white dress and he would hold her hand forever. His love for Ella was bigger than the sky, deeper than the ocean. She was his everything, his reason to wake up every morning and work hard. Nothing else mattered to him but making Ella happy. The letter came on a Tuesday morning, and Ella was shaking with joy. Daniel. Daniel, she screamed, running to the garage where he worked. I got accepted. I got accepted to the university in the city. Daniel's heart jumped with both happiness and fear. He was so proud of Ella, his smart, beautiful Ella was going to university. But the city was so far away, 5 hours by bus. He held her tight and said, this is wonderful news. You will become someone great. But inside, his heart was crying because he knew he would miss her every single day. That night, under their mango tree, Ella made a promise. She held Daniel's face in her hands and looked straight into his eyes. Daniel, I promise I will come back to you. University is just 4 years. 4 years will pass quickly, and then I'll come home and we'll get married. Nothing will change my love for you. You are my heart, my soul, my everything. Daniel wanted to believe her so badly. He kissed her forehead and said, I'll wait for you, Ella. I'll wait forever if I have to. They sat there until the moon was high in the sky, holding each other, not wanting to let go. Daniel worked harder than ever before. He took extra jobs, worked on Sundays, and even fixed cars late into the night. Mr. Tony was worried about him. Daniel, you're working too much. You need to rest, he would say. But Daniel couldn't rest. Every month, he sent money to Ella for her school fees, her books, her food, and her rent. When she called to say she needed a new laptop for her studies, he sent the money the next day, even though it was all his savings for 3 months. When she said she was sick and needed medicine, he sent double the amount. He ate 1 meal a day to save money for her. His clothes became old and torn, but he didn't care. All that mattered was Ella's success and happiness. For the first 2 years, everything seemed perfect. Ella called him every week, sometimes every day. I miss you so much, Daniel, she would say. I can't wait to finish school and come back to you. Thank you for everything you do for me. I love you more than words can say. Daniel would smile even though he was tired and hungry. Her voice made everything okay. She sent him pictures of herself in her school uniform, of her books, of her small room. He kept every picture like they were treasures. He showed them to everyone at the garage. "This is my Ella," he would say with pride. "She's going to be a graduate, and then she'll be my wife." Level 1 and Level 2 passed with their love still strong, or so Daniel thought. He had no idea that everything was about to break into 1,000 pieces. In Level 3, everything changed, but Daniel didn't know it yet. Ella met Marcus at a party in school. Marcus was rich, very rich. He drove an expensive car that shined like diamonds. He wore clothes that cost more money than Daniel made in a year. He took Ella to fancy restaurants where one meal cost more than Daniel's weekly salary. Marcus bought her expensive phones, bags, shoes, and jewelry. He took her to clubs where music was loud and drinks were plenty. Ella started to forget about the simple girl she used to be. She started to love the expensive life, the parties, the attention, and the money. Slowly, Daniel became a memory that she tried to push away. Daniel noticed the change before Ella said anything. Her calls became less and less. First, she called once a week, then once every 2 weeks, then once a month. When he called her, she wouldn't answer. She would send short text messages, "Busy with school. Talk later." But later never came. Daniel felt fear growing in his heart like a dark cloud. He kept sending money every month because he thought maybe she was just stressed with her studies. He sent loving messages every day. "Good morning, my love. I hope you're well. I miss you so much. Please call me when you can." But Ella never called back. At night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He would look at her pictures and wonder what went wrong. Did I do something bad? Does she not love me anymore? His heart was breaking slowly, piece by piece. One day, Daniel's friend James came to the garage with sad eyes. "Daniel, I need to show you something, but it will hurt you," James said. He pulled out his phone and showed Daniel pictures from social media. There was Ella, his Ella, at clubs with a man. She was wearing expensive clothes Daniel never bought for her. She was smiling and dancing, her arms around this rich man named Marcus. There were many pictures, at parties, in expensive cars, at fancy hotels. Daniel's hands started shaking. He couldn't breathe properly. No, this can't be true," he whispered. His eyes filled with tears, but he tried to be strong. That night, he called Ella 50 times. She finally answered, angry. "What do you want, Daniel?" "I'm busy." Her voice was cold, like talking to a stranger. "Ella, who is this man in the pictures with you?" Daniel asked, his voice breaking. There was silence, then Ella said the words that killed him. "Daniel, I've moved on. I'm with someone else now. Someone who can give me the life I deserve. Please stop calling me." The phone went dead. Daniel fell to his knees and cried like a baby, his heart shattered into a million pieces. For weeks, Daniel couldn't eat or walk properly. Mr. Tony found him crying in the garage many times. All the money he saved, all the sacrifices he made, all the love he gave, Ella threw it all away like garbage. She chose money over love, parties over promises, and a rich stranger over the boy who gave her everything. Daniel felt like dying. Every place in the village reminded him of Ella, the mango tree, the school, the roads they walked together. He couldn't escape the pain. At night, he would think about all the meals he skipped to send her money, all the extra hours he worked until his body hurt, all the dreams he had of their future together. Now all those dreams were dead. The girl he loved more than his own life had betrayed him for money and a good time. She didn't even say sorry. She didn't even care about his pain. Daniel learned the hardest lesson of his life: sometimes the people you love the most can hurt you the worst. Marcus used Ella like a toy he got tired of playing with. After 6 months of parties and expensive gifts, he found a new girl, younger and prettier. One morning, he sent Ella a text message: "It was fun, but I'm done. Don't contact me again." Just like that, he was gone. Ella tried calling him hundreds of times, but he blocked her number. She went to his house, but security wouldn't let her in. All the expensive things he bought her didn't matter anymore because her heart was empty. She realized too late that Marcus never loved her, he just wanted to have fun with a pretty girl. Now she had nothing. She had no money because she spent everything on parties and clothes. She had no degree because she failed her exams after spending too much time in clubs instead of studying. Worst of all, she had no Daniel, the one person who truly loved her. Ella's life fell apart like a house made of sand. She had to drop out of university because she couldn't pay her fees anymore. She moved back to the village, but nothing was the same. People looked at her with sad eyes and shook their heads. Everyone knew what she did to Daniel. Her old friends didn't want to talk to her. She walked past the mango tree where she and Daniel made their promises, and she cried until no more tears would come. Every day, she thought about Daniel, how he worked so hard for her, how he loved her purely, how he sacrificed everything for her happiness. She remembered the times he sent her money even when he was hungry, the times he called just to hear her voice, the times he promised to wait for her forever. She threw away a diamond to pick up broken glass. The pain of regret was worse than any pain she ever felt. It ate her heart every single day. Meanwhile, Daniel slowly started to heal. Mr. Tony helped him see that life must go on. Son, what Ella did was wrong, but you must not die because of her choices. You're a good man, and good things will come to you, Mr. Tony told him. Daniel threw himself into his work and tried to forget. He worked harder and smarter, learning everything about car engines and machines. He took night classes to learn more about engineering and car technology. Months passed, then a year. The pain became less sharp, like an old wound that still hurts but doesn't bleed anymore. One day, a man from a big automobile company in the city came to the garage. His expensive car had broken down. Daniel fixed it perfectly and very quickly. The man was impressed. Young man, you're very skilled. Would you like to work for our company? He asked. Daniel's heart jumped. This was his chance for a new beginning, a new life away from all the painful memories. Daniel got the job at Autotech Industries, one of the biggest car companies in the country. He moved to the city and worked very hard every single day. He arrived early and left late. He learned new things and helped his workmates solve difficult problems. His bosses noticed how dedicated and smart he was. After 1 year, they promoted him to senior mechanic. After another year, he became a supervisor. Daniel was finally becoming someone important, not because of anyone else, but because of his own hard work and talent. He bought a small apartment, nice clothes, and even a car of his own. The boy who used to have oil on his hands and torn clothes was now a successful man. Every success felt sweet because he earned it all by himself, through pain, through tears, through hard work. At work, Daniel met a woman named Sarah. She worked in the company's office as an accountant. Sarah was kind, intelligent, and hardworking just like Daniel. She noticed how dedicated Daniel was to his work. Sometimes she would bring him coffee when he worked late. They started talking during lunch breaks, sharing stories about their lives. Sarah never knew about Ella or Daniel's painful past at first. She just saw a good man with a kind heart and strong spirit. Slowly, very slowly, Daniel's heart began to open again. Sarah didn't ask him for money or gifts. She paid for her own meals and bought her own things. She loved Daniel for who he was, a man who rose from pain to become successful through his own efforts. After many months of friendship, Daniel realized he was falling in love again. This time, it felt different. It felt safe, real, and based on respect and true friendship. Sarah made him believe in love again. 2 years after Daniel moved to the city, Ella saw him when he came back to the village to visit his family. He stepped out of his own car wearing a nice suit. He looked confident and happy. Ella's heart broke into 1,000 new pieces. She heard from people that Daniel was now a big supervisor in a famous company. She heard he was engaged to a beautiful woman named Sarah who loved and respected him. Ella wanted to run to him, to beg for forgiveness, to tell him she was sorry for everything. But she knew it was too late. She made her choice, and now she had to live with it forever. That night, Ella sat alone in her room and cried. She understood now that true love is rare and precious like gold. Daniel gave her true love, but she was too blind to see it. She chose fake love that came with money and parties, and it destroyed her. Karma had come for her, not with anger but with a pain that would never go away, the pain of knowing she lost the best thing that ever happened to her. Daniel was her forever, but she traded forever for temporary pleasure. Now she had nothing but regrets and memories of what could have been. And Daniel. He finally found true success and real love, proving that when you have a good heart and work hard, life will reward you even after the worst betrayal.